Cook County Commissioner Tony Peraica is using Twitter doing Cook County meetings.
And he joins us this morning, and evidently Cook County Board President Todd Stroger had a little bit of a problem with that, and you confronted him about it. What did he say to you?
Well, he's not too familiar with the new technology, but I'm sure his staff will bring him up to date.
He said he didn't know what it was?
He wasn't familiar with it.
Well, I got to tell you, a lot of people probably don't know what it is. Twitter is this obviously very new technology that a lot of people evidently are embracing. Explain what it is very quickly and what you're doing.
It's a method of communicating real time with those who are interested in what you have to say. And you can get a response back and forth immediately as the action is taking place. You're limited to 140 characters, so you have to be brief, very brief.
Well, it's kind of like texting then.
It is. It is kind of like texting, and it's more, I think, real time than even texting, which has some delay to it. And it allows for a conversation during county board meetings when a more important task or a decision is taken up or taken or voted on. I can get a message out, and I thought perhaps 100 or 150 people will take a listen to or look at what I have to say. We had almost 800 people who tuned in during the last board meeting and were following action in real time.
And if you want to do this, you go to twitter.com, you can sign up, and basically you have what's called followers, and then you can also follow people as well, so somebody can join your account. Similar to Facebook, how did you get the idea to start tweeting during the Cook County board meetings?
One of my assistants there with Revere Strategy Group, Kurt Mercadante, brought it to my attention and said, this is something that you can use to communicate with your friends out there or those who are interested in the goings-on of county government immediately. So we tried it. We thought it would be kind of a low-volume affair, but it turned out to be an excellent way to communicate with people who care about county government, corruption, increased taxes, all the things that we talk about all the time.
Almost 1,000 people, right?
That's correct. 800.
I hate to be a teacher here, but shouldn't you be paying attention in class?
I am paying attention. Believe me, I participate in all decisions. We're having a lot more roll call votes so we can get people on the record as to their vote rather than just a voice vote where you get buried and you don't know who did what. The debate on the county board is vociferous these days. The meetings used to take 45 minutes. Now they take 4 or 5 hours. We go down into detail, and the board is not a rubber stamp anymore. It is a legislative body. And I would ask those who want to follow action to go to twitter.com/Tony Peraica, and they can follow the action as these meetings take place.
I think this is the future of how people are going to communicate, because it is like texting, except you don't have to have somebody's cell phone number. You can just be a follower of their account. How many posts do you think you make during one meeting?
Between 10 and 15 during a 3 or 4 hour time. So we don't do it
And people can actually ask you questions to ask during the meeting, right?
They can, and they do.
Well, how do you know who these people are?
I don't. I really don't.
Well, that's good.
I assume they're interested in the business of the county board because they're tuning into the action and to the conversation.
Or somebody could be sitting in their boxers in California.
We think somebody's stalking them?
That's more information that I need to know.
Right.
Exactly,
well, I'm just saying,
right?
you want to make sure that people, it would be nice to know kind of the identity of these folks, and maybe they're, folks in your particular.
We also have the more usual way of doing it. We have a website, CommissionerPeraica.com. We also have a website where we post lots of useful information, ReformCookCounty.com, where employee payroll, and recently I introduced a resolution which passed to put all of the county transactions, financial transactions, online. So people can go to the website and see every day what the county comptroller issues checks or wire transfers for, and monitor it by name and match it against the D2s, Board of Election, and you can see who's getting money and who's making donations. It's going to be a useful way to follow the money.
That is interesting.
Yes.
One quick point to mention here, too. You were saying that the second installments of the property tax bills, 100,000 so far have not been turned in, and
That's
you
correct.
average about 3,000 per bill. That's $300 million right now.
That's right.
The county is losing.
That's right. As opposed to last year at this time, for the first installment, we were approximately 100,000 payments behind schedule. And if you average it at a $3,000 per payment, you can see this is a sizable amount of money, which will require the taxing units, school district, park districts, other units of government to go out and issue tax warrants to pay their ongoing operational expenses until this money is collected, because we have a lot of foreclosures, a lot of economic pressures that are forcing people not to be able to make that payment.
All right. Tony Peraica, thanks for coming in. We appreciate it.